Hello, I'm Stanley Lucian. Welcome to the HCS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. The Lenten season, a period of solemn reflection and repentance within the Christian tradition, particularly for Roman Catholics, is characterized by practices of fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. This 40-day period commencing on Ash Wednesday serves as a spiritual preparation for the commemoration of Easter, marking the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Traditionally, observances emphasize self-denial and introspection, fostering a deeper connection to the spiritual realm. However, a perceived shift in societal norms has prompted questions regarding the continued adherence to these time-honored customs. Concerns have arisen as secular activities, including political rallies and entertainment events, proliferate during what is intended to be a period of solemnity. Some, however, maintain that personal Lenten observances persist alongside secular events and the season's spiritual core remains. So we ask, do you believe the sanctity and respect for Lenten celebrations are waning? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Moun pa respecte Lent actuellement. Longtemps les nous lever puis grand maman nous te ka porter ça respect plus. Because tout ces grands moun te ka fait nous porter Lent to esprit pour aider nous te ka pour aider. Actuellement il pas ni ça.
You pa ka chebe because let me check c'est pour Lent season tout moun ka danser ka western ka aller plus campaign still ka prend cool tout bagay ka prend cool so you pa ka respecter Lent season.
Before they had that, but nowadays people don't care with that. People enjoy themselves and they don't care with nothing. That is it, because government have meeting there. They have government. They have meeting there. So everybody enjoying themselves. Yes, people have to go to church. They have to do everything. But the thing is that the government self don't respect that. Other people don't respect it.
Non pas ni Lent soko. La monte lever maman monte connaître li. La nous lever maman nous ka fait nous faire quoi et puis midi pour nous manger. Actuellement ni danser ni bloco, ni tuer mouni ni tout bagay. Ça pas ni respect actuellement. Pièce respect.
You pas respecter. Actuellement c'est jeunesse ça pas respecter actuellement. Avant la télé, regarder nous ça nous ka voter home nous pas pièce côté, en pièce fête c'est là quand nous bon hati bail salé. Actuellement ça pas respecter. Je sais ici a pas mis les quand fête yo mettre tout partout yo là tout partout yo pas apporter pièce bail respect. Musique n'importe côté. So actuellement ça pas ni respecter actuellement c'est jeunesse là pas mis les quand encore.
Puisque le temps nous lever c'est entre différents temps. Temps nous lever tout le monde te respecter pour poser la spontanier monde pour tout de c'est bail ça pour tout bail aller bien. Nous pas un bloc nous pas c'est bail ça en temps ça nous lever et nous un monde qui ni pour tout de c'est bail ça. Si un monde pas de c'est bail ça qui continue venir et nous bail ça vivre maintenant supposé qu'à vivre là.
Times has changed because the Lenten season, what it used to be, is not what it is now. In saying that, I said that the religious organization, there are people who have joined other religion. There are people who, even in the church, that disrespect the Catholic Church. So there's a flow, and you know what happened? We have learned that the Catholic of itself is not preaching or is not doing what it ought to do, where it preaches or it upholds the Catholic belief. So now you find a lot of young people, a lot of people that are growing up, people of my age, they are not into the Lenten season because the Lenten season do not mean or has not been effective to them.
No, I don't think so. Some people don't respect themselves, but it's not in the Lenten season they want to respect.
It has been diminishing, basically. Some of us, the older ones, do still respect the Lenten season, but then the younger folks know. But then they don't know about the Lenten season anyway because it has not been part of the culture or even their upbringing, because we used to be taught that at infant school, primary schools. You don't do that anymore, right? When we had the so-called Catholic schools, right? So you grew up into that. I think I have admittedly slacked off on a bit. I do respect the season. I am aware of the season. I respect the season, but then some of the things I will get away with now, I would not get away with as a boy, during the Lenten season.
No, I don't think we respect the Lenten season. Yeah, because we St. Lucians, we raise up in St. Lucia with no knowledge of what was here before. We raise up here not knowing what Lent is about. And we St. Lucians, we especially folks like me, young fellas like me, young men, young women like we supposed to know what Lenten season is about, because we doesn't respect that at all. We wake up, we raise up here, doing what we want, what we care. Lenten season is coming and we still doing sacrifices, killing animals and killing things, but we're supposed to stop that. We're supposed to be respecting what was here and what our grand people, our old people, our elders show us and taught us, and we need to do these things to keep St. Lucia alive. Because these days there are a lot of things that have been happening in St. Lucia, and it can reflect on the Lenten season because we ain't got no respect for the things the elders taught us.
St. Lucia's political climate, marked by bitter exchanges and personal attacks, has sparked public concern about civility during the ongoing election campaign. The rhetoric, filled with insults and defamation, has overshadowed policy discussions. Character attacks, once subtle, are now blatant, even targeting politicians' children. The clergy's attempts to moderate the discourse have proven futile. Pundits have proposed a code of conduct to curb these excesses. However, doubts persist regarding the willingness of politicians to endorse, let alone adhere to, such a framework. So we ask, do you believe St. Lucian politicians are capable of upholding an election code of conduct? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and the new discussion.